What is up, everybody? Welcome to the fish barn. If I could just get a quick audio check. I can see on my other screen that the video is good. So, and unfortunately, I forgot to disable Nightbot again. So we'll do that as soon as we're done here. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome. So, let's go ahead and see who we've got. All right, we've got William Pridemore. Hello. We've got Jen H is here, and the rest of the other people who live in the building adjacent to the fish barn. So thank you guys for coming. We've got Candy 54 Punchy. Nightbot is here, as we mentioned. Fishroom Fever, how's it going? Pam, how's it going? Recon, Kaler's Aquatics, Aquaballs, Big J's Fish Keeper, Scott Backer, Mr. Zen, Terry's Tropical Tanks. So thank you guys. So let's go ahead and get started here in just a minute. We'll let all the folks pile in, etc. And we'll go from there. So got Bob's here. So hey Bob, let me see who else. If there's anyone. Scotty's here. Carrie Nature, Chevy Fish, Mr. Zen. I think I got everybody. Caleb. So Silly Susie's here as well. So we'll go ahead here and just start it in a minute. All right, so first of all, I guess what we'll do is kind of give you guys a quick update on the barn project progress. Been doing a lot of cleaning, sorting, wiring, etc. Hey Katie, how's it going? So let's go ahead here and, excuse me, let's go ahead and switch cameras around and everything, and we'll go ahead and show you what's going on. Okay, let's see. All right, you guys, audio good? Hey, Alien World, how's it going? Just so you guys know, when I take the camera and kind of walk around, I cannot see chat. So just give you guys a heads up. So let me see. Terry's here. How's it going? Hey, Lisa. How's it going? Jessica Taylor's here. How's it going? TJ's Exotics. So thank you guys. Yeah, Nightbot's got to go. So, all right. So it looks like we got audio. So let's go ahead and take a walk around. Not completely finished yet, but we'll still a work in progress. So let's just go take a walk about. So these are the tanks we talked about last week. Let me slide the chair. It's got a narrow passages through here. So these are the Gadias that we talked about in last Sunday's video. They're settling in quite nicely. This piece of driftwood I think is going to take like 18 years to sink. Looking over here, these are the jeweled Gadiads that we talked about as well. So I've not moved in any other fish at the moment. They're not backwards. Okay. All right, let's go ahead here and take a look over here. So that's the breeding parent of angelfish. Nothing else has changed in this section here. I do apologize, the tanks are a bit dirty because we're still doing some work here. The next thing we're going to work on is this saltwater tank. There's still the one butterfly fish in there. That needs some work. But we have moved some of the fish over in here. So I got this from Lucas. I'm gonna try to get these guys to breed. These are they're like a white. I forgot their name, but they're awesome little guppies. So normally, to keep all my stuff straight, if you see here, like I have these cards underneath each one of the tanks, so that I remember all of their names, because there's quite a few tanks in here. But right now, it's kind of a disheveled situation because we're doing a lot of work. But so we're gonna get everything set up in here. If you noticed, I have been working on the wires here, so the wires are gone. So everything else, the biggest change is going to be upstairs. So if we head upstairs, there's still, like I said, there's still a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. The tank will get cleaned very quickly here too. So that sump got put in last night, a little bit this morning too. So there's a new sump for the clownfish breeding tanks. So let me show you. They do have eggs right now, so let me show you those. So sorry for the. If you look way in the back, if you see the, you're gonna be able to see it very well. Here, but they laid a spawn way in the back. If you look at that, there's kind of a loop there. So that's that. A lot of organizing and stuff. This is a lot cleaner than it was. Obviously, if you look at it, I still got to pick that black thing up. But this area has been cleaned out now. And then this is kind of the last area here. So everything's on its way to being kind of organized and managed in here. So by this weekend, I think we'd be in good shape. So wanted to give you guys just a quick update on that. We're not going to go through like tank or anything. Well, I will show you one thing. I've been playing around with these a little bit. This is an Inkbird controller. So I'd add some water to this, but this has been kind of they're a little bit of a pain program, but once you do, they're pretty convenient. So just want to show you that. So that's kind of where we're at with that. All right, let's go ahead here and go back to me. Oh. All right, so I got D's here from down the wormhole. So thanks, D. Cichlids 23, 250 aquatics. Yeah, sorry. Oh, are you guys still on the other? No, you shouldn't be. All right, hold on. All right, now we're back. So that was kind of the update on the barn. Definitely some more work to do, but I do want to give you guys a tour here pretty quickly. Let me see if there's anything else that's here. Let me see. Don't threaten me with a good time. Bob, don't make me call you. Happy birthday, Lisa, if it is your birthday. Hey, HT Aqua, how's it going? I thought Lisa's birthday was back when they went out to Discus Hans and everything. Pam's caffeinating. So, oh, hold on then. Thanks, Chris. Audio should be better now, I think. So, yes, it's starting to come along. So, kind of the goal. We'll talk about the goals for next year, but one of the goals for next year is to not get into this whole situation. So, Nightbot deleted Candy. Okay, Tanny deleted Nightbot, excuse me. Pam is always caffeinating. At least it's just oh boy. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll the put together about a 4-minute video, rolling about kind of some of the highlights from this year. I don't change the water very often in the clown tanks. I need to, Terry. So, but that's going to be one of the kind of the things. Is I'm really trying to get out of project mode with the barn and get it into more maintenance mode, so we don't have to look at green tanks all the time and stuff like that. So that's kind of the goal for next year. But let's go ahead now and go. We'll go ahead and roll the year in review. It's about 4 minutes or so. So let me know if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, and then we'll hit the main topic. So just give me 1 second here. So we're here, actually here with Scott and Tony. They're here to give us a kind of an overview of the bigger fish. That's something I don't keep a lot of. So
this fish in particular, I want Tony to talk about because that is his baby that he's grown up since what?
3/8 of an inch, 7 years ago.
Amphilophus
labiatus, red devil. I've been telling people at the show this weekend, if you've got a 125 in 20 years, you can have a water dog. You don't need a hair dog. This is a water dog. This is Thor. He's, like I said, he's 7 years old. He's a F1 labiatus. He's an attention hound. As evil as he is right there. There's your home.
Yes, sweet he is. That's why we call them water dogs.
He knows who Dad is. Hey, come on up. Say hi to Dad. So you can pet your fish too.
The fish with lips.
hey,
Lipstick.
we're live on the internet. So, hey, so Susie, come show me the fish you entered, and I'll show you the ones I entered.
Excited. Come on over here.
So,
This is my Anthropus citronalis, and she has been deemed Marilyn Monroe.
okay, but doing good as well. So, they definitely made the nice 11-hour trip. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun to make. Fortunately, we were kind of racing to the finish on that one. But I think we have a couple of visitors. So the visitors who are underneath the desk, please come out. So I guess they're not going to come out, but apparently I've got a couple of visitors underneath here. So, oh, Mike. No, Mike should be good. And you're shaking all my stuff. Sweet. Yeah, there's a couple of someone's under the desk. Here. We'll go ahead and put the phone camera back on for a second. Hi, do you want to say hi?
Yes. What is that? Donk, 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 donk.
Alright. Can I have it back now? Can you say hi to the people?
I can't see.
Say hi.
Hi, people.
Alright. What do you... Alright. Alright, I'm gonna meet you.
What are you doing?
Alright.
Ah!
Alright, so we're gonna let them be underneath the desk, so yeah, those are trolls. There you go. So the girls say Happy New Year. So
Never said that.
well, you did now.
Can you move so we can get out, please?
Alright, get out.
I know, right?
Don't rip up any of my cords either.
I will not try. Ew, you're getting in dirt. Ow, Joey. Ow.
Katie, you should come out this way.
No, ew, that's nasty. Ugh.
Alright. Yeah, unfortunately I did spill some water over on this side of the desk, so yeah, they're pretty honest. So I can't get away with much in here. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about kind of the trends, at least that I've seen over the last kind of 10 years that I've been in the hobby. Just for those of you who don't know, I basically have spent kind of seriously in the hobby for about 10 years. And most of it was done with saltwater, and then I've kind of moved over to freshwater here as we've been going. So that being said, I think one of the most important things, and we're going to get to that in the Facebook post of the week, is that the mini mics. That's pretty funny. So one of the important things, like I'm going to say, I guess, is the captive breeding. Sorry. Of marine ornamental fish, which is the the saltwater stuff. That's going. That's been gone. I can't talk. Sorry. That's been going on for they've been starting it in the last 10 years, and it's really done pretty well. Oh. So we have our first super chat. So I'd like to thank Fishroom Fever for the $2 super chat. Is this thing on? Tap, tap, tap. So thank you, Fishroom Fever. I really appreciate it. So amateur aquatics, saltwater tanks are really not that complicated. I'm going to go into this a little bit, but I guess it's the same nitrogen cycle. All of that's the same. The only differences are you need to test for salt, and you also need to test for if you're going like high tech into corals, much like high tech into plants, you need to test for specific things such as magnesium, calcium, alkalinity, that kind of stuff. So definitely, excuse me. So it's definitely, that kind of stuff makes it really important. So thank you, Fishroom Fever, for the $1.49 super chat with the popcorn. So I really appreciate it. All right, so let's go back to that. The marine aquaculture stuff has really taken off in the last 4 or 5 years. We had started the MBI conference back in 10 years ago, and so this year in July was its 10th anniversary. So it's not going to be in Michigan anymore, just kind of a small announcement. It's going to be moving to Minneapolis, Minnesota. As dates and stuff get finalized, I'll go ahead and give you guys some more information on that. Other thing with that as well, the challenge with that was finding all of the food. So, clownfish were difficult at first, and now everyone's kind of mastered clownfish to the point now, people, they're breeding stuff that people were thinking you couldn't do. Like, so you see like the yellow tangs, the blue tangs. There's one I'm going to share here once we get to the Facebook post of the week as well. And then, so that's been a really, a big step. There's definitely some more to do in that for sure. So the other thing I do want to talk about is the, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I was going to make something and I didn't have a chance to. Is the kind of the death of forums per se, and then like the rise of FishTube, Facebook groups, etc., things like that. So it's one of those things I kind of have mixed feelings on a little bit. I really did enjoy the. So we have a sticker here from Pam. We have the Tweety bird with, I think that's, not sure. But thank you, Pam, for the $2 sticker. Appreciate it. So yeah, it's been it's been an interesting development, kind of the use of technology and how it's changed, from the forums where it was kind of searchable. That was the one thing I really did like about the forums, is that you could look for something, you could search the answer up and you could find it. You can do that too with YouTube, but a lot of like the local, there's not like a lot of local forums anymore that you can search up, things like that. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Obviously I do like FishTube. I'm on YouTube, so I really do enjoy like the YouTube aspect, not only for fish keeping, but for other things as well. I mean, I repaired a dishwasher, a few years ago, and I did that with, I looked at the YouTube video and I figured out how to do it. So there's a lot of benefits to YouTube for sure. So Lisa of KG Tropicals with the $10 super chat. Happy New Year, Mike. Thank you, Lisa. Happy New Year to you and John as well, and your entire family, including the cat family and fish and everything else. So Lisa, we do have 3 cats here as well. They don't live in the barn, but they're in the house. So no, Reef to Reef is still around. Chevy, the guy who ran it or still is running it, the Reverend, he was at Aquashella Dallas, I think. So he's around. Reef to Reef's still around. I think Reef Central kind of died, and I think that might be a good thing, bad thing. Reef Central kind of had a storied and checkered history, but Reef to Reef is still going strong. I remember when Reef to Reef was like tiny, and its goal was to kind of become like the biggest web forum, etc., etc. But yeah, oh yeah, there's a bunny and a hamster too. Forgot about them. So Chattanooga, excuse me, take a drink of water. Chattanooga Ed with the $5 super chat. Thank you for the hippos. So it's just saying there's 45 on. So if you guys have not hit the like button, go ahead and hit that like button. And also, if you're not subscribed, if you've hung out with this for half an hour, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button, notification bells, and all of that. Yeah, so Rev Tree. Oh, okay. So yep. So I don't go there a lot anymore. The local Michigan forums all kind of petered out. There used to be a pretty strong Michigan forum presence. At one point there were like 3. There was the club forum, there was Michigan reefers, and there was one of those captive reefs, and then it sort of just died out. So Lisa, yep, everyone be safe. Have a happy new year for sure. And if you're fighting snow and everything else, be safe as well. We finally got snow last night. Snow was, thanks Pam for putting the merch out. Yeah, so we finally got some snow. It had been in like the 50s and everything. So, but then last night it kind of turned and the snow's back. So we got about 3 inches last night. So, but it was a kind of a godsend that the weather gods were favorable to us. That helped this project out here a lot. So, all right. So, any other trend? I think the other trend I think is going to be kind of important going into the the next millennium as well, is talking about things such as Alexa and how Alexa and that sort of technology, along with like the Apex and all those kind of things, can really get you into into fish keeping and not everything else as well. That's one thing that, you think we can really do. Sorry, we really do a great job with, is getting all those things going. So, I think Alexa, the Alexa technology and and what it could do for your fish tanks. If you can get it to, hey Scott, how's it going? Happy New Year to you and Liz, as well as everyone else in the chat. That's going to be something that's going to be pretty interesting going forward. The Apex technology is definitely getting better as well. This year they came out with the Trident, which is basically it's a alkalinity tester, and it's a so it tests your alkalinity about once an hour or so, and so you can set it up and everything like that. So Chelsea, I'm on the phone. I can't answer it because it's a web phone. Is what I'm using for that. So thank you, Scott, for the kind words. So great to see you, 1K, in your sub spot. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for everyone who supported the channel over the last year and a half. I've really appreciated it from everybody. All the love and support. Definitely couldn't do it without the community for sure. So let's go ahead now and hit the we'll hit the first Facebook post of the week, and then we'll go ahead and we'll talk about 2020 a little bit. All right, so this was kind of talking about the captive breeding as well. So Biota, which is one of the companies that's kind of come out with captive bred aquaculture marine fish. Oh, Chelsea, okay. Excuse me. So Bob Kaler from Kaler's Aquatics with the $20 super chat. Thanks for the support, Bob. Congratulations, Mike and 1K. Happy New Year. So Bob, congratulations to you as well. Thank you for the super chat again, and congrats on hitting your 1,000 as well. So definitely pretty cool.
I sent you pictures of the cats to show them.
Oh, okay. All right. Can you send it to my Facebook Messenger, maybe?
And did something fall back there?
Let me go look and see what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll hit the second. So thank you, Scott, for the $10 super chat, for all the support you give Liz and I and the fish family. Thank you, Mike. Thanks a lot as well. So definitely thank you again. So going back to this now, let's talk about New Year's Eve a little bit. So we've got New Year's Eve as a kid, New Year's Eve as a teen, New Year's Eve in my 20s, and then now. So this is definitely, I'm getting more towards this for sure. Yeah, it's kind of dark up there. Okay, good. Yeah, there was something sounded like it fell. It was a little bit disturbing. So, all right. So Chelsea's going to send us a picture of the cats. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that here in just a second as well. So All right, so that's, this is me for New Year's. I've done all of these other ones. So, last post of the week, I thought this was pretty funny. My friend works at a movie theater. You can take cardboard cutouts. So I have an irreconcilable fear of sharks. She decided to use her spare key privileges to terrify me beyond repair. So it'll be definitely something that's pretty interesting for sure. All right, so let's go ahead. So let's kind of talk about some 2020 goals for a minute. Hold on a minute. We lost the goals. All right, sorry. All right, we lost the. All right, let me figure out how I want to do this. All right, so let's do this. All right, so let me share the screen here. Oh, okay. All right, so here we found the goals. All right, so one of the goals, these are kind of two of the goals here. First one, this is some clownfish eggs from way back in the day, but I really want to get some of the breeding projects done here in the barn. It's definitely something I've been slacking on for sure. There's the spawning angelfish is definitely something I want to get going as well. What a Jess Shrimp Granny, what an awful friend. Someone would be getting slapped for sure. Chevy Fish, you should have put the shark coming out of the toilet. Yeah, I think somebody, depending on what it is, there's some people who don't like spiders. So yeah, so and then the other one here, just with this rack here, kind of represents really. I really want to get this room into a maintenance, this barn into a maintenance mode. I need to stop buying fish tanks. There's plenty in here. I think there's about 70 now in here. I've been meaning to count them again, and I just haven't had a chance. So Pam has new goals for 2020 now. Does it involve slapping Jess? I wonder. So I don't know. You guys were getting a little close the other night, though. It's kind of funny. I went upstairs and did some work upstairs. I was kind of listening on and off, and at one point, there was people climbing over fences, and the next thing there was not. I did. They're gonna come on in a minute, Chelsea.
I want to watch something.
All right.
Yeah, you see that? I want you to explain their age.
All right. So, hey, Dr. Black, how's it going?
Or can I explain them?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to get in the screen, I think, or you can talk. So Chelsea's here, and she wants to explain the cat pictures. So I'm gonna flip the mic over to her for a minute, and she's gonna go ahead and explain the cats.
Is this mic thing new?
Yeah. All right. So let me flip the screen here. There we go.
So this is Rocky. He's black and white, and he's 11 years old. This is Lucky. He's orange and white, and he's an escape artist, and he's 2. And this is Riley, and he's 13. And he's all black, but like some on his belly is white. Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll go back over to the screen here. So actually I do kind of have a funny bear story. Speaking of the forum days in chat, we had the Marine Breeding Forum had a chat at one point, And so there was a gentleman that hung out with us that lived in Colorado, and so he goes, and apparently he was chatting with us. He was he went out to his garage to get something to drink, alcoholic or not, I don't know, but apparently he thought there was like some sort of like kid or something in his garage, and he went to grab it, and he grabbed fur instead of like skin, and then apparently it was a bear. So he goes and he touches this bear, and next thing you know, he comes back to the chat and he's like freaking out. He's like, I touched this bear, it's in my garage, etc., etc. And then the mistake he made was on the way into the garage, he closed the garage door, and so he had trapped this bear in the garage, and was trying to figure out how to get, what sort of plan he had to get this bear, out of his garage. So he goes and he finally just goes and opens the garage door and gets the bear. The bear leaves eventually. Tore up some pop cans, etc. But everyone was no worse for wear. But that was kind of a funny bear story. So Sickless 23, my boss's brother almost died of a heart attack. She is there at the side offering her brother to come live with her. He says, only if I can bring my 9 cats to live here too. LOL Mike, I'm the now pick. So I'd love to, but I'd give you the title of best fan. Okay. So yeah. So my sister did a little bit of cat rescuing as well. So some of them are now with my parents, but I think she rescued about 6. So Griffin's Fish Room is here. How's it going? So that's real talk. Yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, he reached out, grabbed bear instead of person, and I think he got quite a scare from it. Kind of an interesting little story. I actually do have a New Year's story for you guys too. So I had a friend of mine, well, he's still a friend of mine, but he and I used to go, I always have dinner on New Year's Eve. And so we used to go to this place in Ann Arbor all the time, which is about 45 minutes away from me or so. Oh, yeah, I'll show you about the new stump in a second, Scott. I'll go take the camera and go back up there. So we go to this dinner, this place, I brought like $30 with me, etc., normal, what we normally kind of spent there. And we're sitting down to dinner, and another guy had joined us this time, and 3 of us are sitting down. So, hey Turbo Fish, how's it going? Happy New Year. So we are sitting down to dinner, and the menu comes out, and and the places have the, I'll make my screen bigger. I don't know if I can do that live. Is that better? It was not Haley's bear either. It was a different bear. So, so we all got Nightbot that time. So we go to dinner. We're sitting there. The menu comes out. It's the special New Year's Eve menu, and we look, and we're kind of looking at it. We're kind of, me and the other guy, we're kind of we're playing kind of dumb. Next thing you know, he goes. The guy who invited us went to the restroom, and we both look at each other. We're like, I didn't bring enough money, and he's like, I didn't bring enough money either. And we're like, well, what are we going to do now? So Sand Creek with the $2 sticker, thank you very much. So we're sitting down there, and the guy comes back, and we're like, listen, We're like, his name is Łukasz. He's from Poland, but we're like, Łukasz. We both brought like $30. So we have a little bit of a situation, you know, because the menu, I think it was like $55 for like the 5-course meal that they had for New Year's. And he was like, okay. He's like, well, he's like, I'll just pay for it, and you guys just get me back later. It worked out fine, but it was kind of a funny story. So Scott had asked to see the sump. So let's go ahead and get that. We'll get that rolling here. We'll get the camera going, and I'll kind of walk you guys through the sump in a little bit more detail. So let me get all the screens aligned and such. All right, let's go. All right, so obviously we will talk about killing duckweed in one of the future videos because we have a lot of duckweed to kill. So, all right, let's go ahead and head up here. That was a good idea. Thanks for the suggestion, Scott. I really didn't explain it very well. So I got this when I got some of the other tanks, and it's really dark here, so I apologize for the darkness. But basically what happens is I need to make a something for this, put some filter floss in, but basically the return from here flows over this piece of glass right here, down into here, or flows underneath this, sorry, up into the glass. It goes to the protein skimmer here, which I've not turned on yet. This is something I kind of want to be kind of just play with a little bit, and then it just goes to the return area over here. And then set up right now a Apex auto top system, so this will automatically top this off. I don't have to worry much about salinity. So the one thing about protein skimmers, just so you guys know, is there's a lot of tuning with it. So you do need to tune, you know, kind of got to tune it in when you first set it up and everything. So, and then I'm running a Mag 18 in here, and that just feeds up all to these clownfish tanks. I've got the returns here as well, and you know, these tanks gotta get cleaned up as well. But that's kind of what's going on with some. All right. So we have more people here. I thought I heard something. What?
We're stuck. We're stuck.
All right, let's see the chat. Apparently the slime monsters are stuck.
I can't. I can't. You were in here laughing. I'm like, yeah, I'm crawling.
And they hid somewhere where they don't want to hide for sure.
Help me.
Oh, no problem, Scott. Anytime.
Help me.
Hold on, we gotta go rescue the slime monsters. 1 second. Yes, we're coming.
I'm gonna fall to the ground.
What are you doing back there? You're eating popsicles.
I need a hand.
I don't even go back here.
I couldn't.
And you're gonna lose me. You're gonna lose my dragon stone too.
I'm falling. Stuck.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm really falling.
Wait.
Look at me. I'm done. Okay. I felt water. Ew.
Did you enjoy your trip back there?
Ew.
What?
You fell on the ground. Ew. I know. That's why I felt water.
Well.
Daddy, hope you know you might be paying for new pants for me.
Sorry for the delay there, guys. So thank you, Scott. Definitely for all your support and everything. I guess I misnamed them the slime monsters. They're actually the slime doctors. Thank you for the clarification, Jen H. Appreciate it. So I hear glass break. Yeah, that was an interesting. Heck, I don't like going back there. That's the part where I don't like going. So they might not be able to go back there pretty soon though, because that's where part of the saltwater stuff's going. So, all right, let's go back to the goals a little bit. We'll hit the goals again real quick. So, definitely doing the breeding stuff. We're gonna hit it pretty hard. Like I said, I'm off the rest of the week as well. So definitely something I'm gonna finish this up in here and kind of get this really into maintenance mode, because that's really where this needs to go. So, do you guys have any goals for yourselves? I've kind of been asking a little bit, but do you guys have any goals for yourself? And as well, do you guys have anything for the new year, or for the last decade? Any trends that I missed? I kind of thought those were the major trends. The Alexa stuff, the technology, along with kind of the forum deaths and everything like that. So I kind of fumbled through that a little bit, but so it looks like Scott's heading out. So thank you, Scott. So hey, River Life, how's it going? Thank you for all your support as always, and Happy New Year. So you, Rack, you missed a little bit of excitement, some stuck children. So got about 10 minutes to go, and then Dr. Black's going to be coming up next. Get phase 1 and phase 2 of the fish room completed. Sounds good. Zen Ginger's going to be a nicer person, but people are already rude. I understand. This year, fish-wise, I want to make a reef tank look like I know what I'm doing. That's a good goal, Terry. It's an interesting goal. So yeah, congrats for River Life for 3,000 subs as well. Yep. As much as I can promise, Gen H will finish the barn and get it into maintenance mode. And then I guess the other thing along with getting the barn in maintenance mode is kind of updating the the video quality and everything else like that. So I don't know if I have a sub goal. I had a sub goal this year, but I really don't have one now. Like I don't know. It was one of those things where it was kind of like I'll just kind of work on the quality, and that will come, right? So if you keep kind of grinding and working on the content, that will come. I mean, this was more driven. YouTube kind of set that goal for everybody, which I think is kind of an interesting thing. It was kind of a weird feeling, I guess, when I was. I'll go back to the scene here. It was kind of an interesting thing when I was, I hit the 1,000 subs. It felt like a graduation. And I don't know if anyone else who's just hit the 1,000 sub mark kind of felt the same way. It feels like you kind of graduated to something. Like, I don't know what that is exactly, but it kind of really did feel like a graduation for sure. So it's definitely. Oh, Candy said Caleb might have been 3,000 for him. So cool. So if you guys have listened to me kind of ramble on here for 50 minutes, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ding the notification bell, so you don't miss any more excitement, because you never know what will happen out here in the fish barn, especially when the kids are off at school. It gets kind of interesting. So. So, do any of you guys have any anything that you've seen in the last decade or so that's really impacted fish keeping, or your New Year's plans? I mean, I kind of given you mine. Yeah, because I kind of felt like at the end of this year, I've kind of been. I kind of got myself overwhelmed a little bit with moving tanks, buying new tanks, and stuff like that. So, really definitely need to slow it down. Oh, yeah, so, by the way, my youngest daughter, Katie, is an expert on the hoverboard. It's kind of interesting to how well she can control her body to make it do what she wants. So, LED lights is another one. That's a good one, Terry. Kind of the rise of LEDs. So, yeah, I remember back in the day, running like the old metal halide lamps with the, what was that thing called? With the big like power box. That big power box, and that thing scared me to death. Like, you got the halide lamp in there, you got the big, huge, bright halide lamps, and so it definitely was one of those things. So they're talking about the Piaba kits. Looks like they want some floor traffic that big transformer box. I don't know if it was I don't remember what that was. Shoot, that's gonna bug me now. The ballast, thank you, GRB. Yeah, the big ballast box. I remember the ones I bought. The first halides I bought, they were used. There's a store in Lansing, Michigan. If you ever get a chance to go to Lansing, Michigan, and check out Bruce Pets, and I'll spell that for you in the chat, because it's definitely outstanding. So River Life's going to finish the studio. It's coming along real nicely. You're taking your time on it, which is good, which is something I normally don't do that well with taking my time. I usually get it done, and then I end up backtracking and doing it again and again and again and again and again and again. But so Amateur Aquatics Project Piaba is basically protecting. And Rack will probably explain this way better than I am, but it's basically the goal of Project Piaba is to protect the cardinal tetra and a lot of the other species on the Rio Negro, which is in the Amazon. The goal with that basically is it's a twofold thing, right? It's to protect the understatement, yeah, that's true, Gen H, is to protect both the wildlife as well as protect the way of life for the indigenous people who live there, who are catching the fish, which is also very important, because if they're not catching the fish, they're doing something else, so which is not as beneficial to the rainforest environment, etc. So that's kind of Project Piaba in a nutshell. So Rack and Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction are doing a lot of work with them. So Storm Riders is here saying hi to Lisa. I thought Lisa left, but maybe not. So we're getting to about 4 minutes till Blackie. Thanks Bob for the merch. It's one of the things I got to work on as well. Getting the sustainable harvest. Terry, much like the corals, you know, if they're not having guys, you know, hey Melvin, how's it going? So it's definitely one of those things as well where, you know, same thing with corals, the guys who are catching the fish, you know, doing the corals, if they're not doing that, they're bombing the reef. So very similar in that aspect. Alright, so we're at 9:56, so we're going for 56 minutes here. Definitely want to, you know, make sure you check out all the people who go Tuesday night as well as the other creators in the chat. I do know Susan from SLC Aquatics normally goes at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction goes at 8. I go at 9. Dr. Black goes at 10 o'clock, and then after that I don't know because I'm not up that late normally. So we got the River Life coming in with the $20 super chat. Thank you, River Life, very much. I do appreciate it. Appreciate all the support you've given to the channel over the year, over this past year, since the aquatic experience in 18 when I met you. So really do you know, appreciate all the love from everybody. Let me see. So Happy New Year from Melvin. So it is 9:58. So I think we are going to kind of go ahead. We'll go through the super chatters real quick. Never had to do that before. So so Alien World goes after Dr. Black. Okay. Like I said, I'm not up that late normally, so one of those things that was, you know, I was tempted to like do like the, you know, Fish Barn Rocket Eve, kind of like what Jeff Rose did, but I didn't want to step on anyone's toes and go for like 4 hours or anything else like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and go through the super chatters. We got Rack from River Life. We've got Sand Creek Aquatics. Go ahead and definitely check their channel out as well. Chat. And then I think we had one from Bob Kaler. We had one from Scott from King Queen Cichlids. And then I think Bob Kaler came a couple times. And then Fish Room Fever was the first super chatter to the Fish Tank Barn. So I'd like to thank all of you for that. And then also, if I missed anyone on those super chats, shout outs at the end. I do apologize for it. So thank you, GRB Aquatics. So yeah, congratulations to Pam as well for passing the 1,000 subscriber mark as well. One of the things too is Pam did a lot of work, and so did Jess from Jess Shrimp Granny. Wow, getting late. From the 24-hour live stream with Aquamate. So one of those things was pretty cool as well. You know, that stream was cool. That was the first time I ever went up on the what was that called? StreamYard. You know, with the panel. That was a lot of fun actually. I went on with John. Fish Room Fever was there. Rockford Fish Keeping, and missing somebody. But so. All right, so we are hit the 10 o'clock block mark, and so we're going to send it over to Australia and our friend Dr. Black. So I'd like to thank all the super chatters again. Thank all of you for your support over the past year and a half. It's been fun. Looking forward to 2020. And like we say here, stay fishy, keep on breeding, and we will catch you guys on the next one.